if they do it like this, if they shut down Shopify with a Reyna and a Bob or Raze, I mean, what a moment it would be.
Just insanity. Wouldn't be anything other besides that, but Dodonut has other ideas in mind. The kill and now the dash. Slips over to the side, still holding it down, but will falter. The rest of Shopify not really moving over to help. Have taken full control over mid, and Swimtrack could be caught running on out of here. Noya not quite ready for those players. Thought they'd be working into the B site by now. We're in a very funky position. Shopify have everyone here in mid to be able to try and fight their way out of this. I mean, it's a mess from Swimtrack. They thought Bob had the entire A site to herself. Now Shopify have no idea the Raze was solo execing on the A site. A little bit of a bananas pistol round to follow up off of bananas agent select. And what could just be a bananas map 3?
Solo Raze lurk taking the A site, check.
Yeah,
ridiculous fight in main, check.
Bob's playing the Raze just like she was playing the KO.
Yeah. You guys can't see, but I just look over and Chrissy's like half fallen out of their chair on camera after watching that round. Amazing
it's just
stuff.
Silly.
I mean, credit to Shopify. They dealt with the silly well that round. They punished the B-main fight. They react well in mid. Alrighty.
Oh, shock dart. Ew.
Ooh.
Shock dart and a molly thrown out. The molly was broken, and so was Arya. Nice start. I am curious what this Reyna is going to be doing on attack. I often feel like Reyna on attack is just like not an agent a lot of the time. Like, because the fights you're taking, you don't really need the dismiss a whole lot. It's like, okay, the heal's pretty nice. On defense is where you get to shine and have like the actual montage moments.
Yeah, it's certainly a strange pick. I don't know if I can give you any more answers as to what the Reyna does on attack. I mean, like, the flash can occasionally be good. Would I rather have a KO? Yeah. Anyways.
Okay, hear me out, hear me out. You throw out the Leer at the same time that the Sova Dart lands. So if you break the Sova Dart, you're blind. And if you break the blind, you're Sova Darted.
Guy who's an archaeologist 100 years in the future and uncovers a 2023 Paper X Ascent VOD for the first time.
30 seconds.
It's like, so this is the legendary dinosaur people were talking about, the Paper X. I understand. I imagine this is what the comms sound like in the Swimtrack camp while they're facing off against a full buy here on just pistols and already down their Reyna player. Now 10 seconds trying to pop into the site. Hey, well, the dart went unbroken for a time, and our Omen has teleported into the middle of a spike and planting inside 3 players. A win's a win. Swimtrack got what they came for.
I mean, that's a win. Come on, that's
crazy.
That's big.
No, I'm being for real. That's something.
Plus 1,500 credits. You take those. Still, Shopify locked it down. They won the fight B main. A little easy anti-eco. Let's see what they're really doing now. Because unlike the last composition where I'm like, okay, the execs are crazy good, they have an ISO, they have a neon running at you. Not really with this comp. You have the Reyna, who has flashes. They're good at walking around the map and looking for picks. You have the Raze who can entry. I actually think like you kind of have to play slow with this comp. And Shopify, they're looking to play fast.
Yeah, Paranoia ready. Expect Dodonut to dash on into this one. There's a wall to mean Dodonut doesn't have any more support, but she's still going for it. I mean, she is just out here, not a care in the world. But that Leer comes in, and hey, on full display, the reactive Leer has meant that Swimtrack are up a player 10 seconds into the round.
This time the Omen the one lurking. He's already worked a lot of space back towards A.
Well, the judge has been spotted. So Swimtrack are gonna juggle guns back into spawn because Sherrod is solo execing the A site. On the anti-bonus, up numbers, Sherrod has still found a gap.
Sarah walking back down cat.
Wait, Bob is still on B. This is, okay, for the record, this is not good, like, anti-eco or anti-bonus protocols. And the spike has been caught out. This could actually be a disaster if Arya drops. Like, Swimtrack are playing fast and loose with the rules and have given Sarah this round. Like, straight up, this round has been handed gift-wrapped package to Shopify. Still not an easy one
30
to win,
seconds
but with
left.
30 seconds left, SwimTrack are going to have to give up their position. They allow Shopify now to set up 2 players in A main, guarding this spike. And the Knife 2 scouts out the players. Sarah is just going to take this one easily for herself. 4 kills as Shopify start to run away here in the 3rd map.
Hey, if you're gonna pick a disrespectful comp, a comp that is just ridiculous, that you're just playing for your individuals and you're playing fast and loose, then hey, Shopify, they'll turn back around. They'll have the players to match you in that. Big ups to Sarah. She's 6-0 right now, trying to defend that streak that Shopify is on. Not having dropped one of these since that game against YFP. That was not even in a final all the way back then. I mean, the last time that they lost a stage, not a kickoff, was against EG. They were still wearing a version 1 jersey back then.
There.
Still playing with Mel back then, but a different look this time. And Shopify are now tasked with the fight back.
Oops.
Donut, quick work of Arya down in mid. It's interesting, really, coming off of the series yesterday, which had to have been exhausting for Shopify. They very nearly just had a clean 3-0. You know, they were dominating in the 3rd map of that series. Ended up. Well, hold on. I'll get back to that. 'Cause now SwimTrack have the numbers, have the A site, still have to escort the spike through mid, which won't be so simple with Donut guarding the space, but dark cover. We'll get those players across, and Sarah once again catches that spike on the rotates. Will drop down. 2 beautiful shots from Glowstick. Now Noya has an opportunity to catch the spike, even to catch the showstopper. Bob alive on 1 HP, and that's all she needs to trade out the kill.
Spike planted.
Still a world for Dodo. Both these players are 1 HP to that Outlaw.
It's hard for her to work with it. Now Phantom in hand and caught picking it up. So the sins of round 3 have been rewritten off of some crispy sheriff action out of the SwimTrack squad.
And do I think they played a different, like, perfect mech around there? No. This was just the mech on the sheriffs getting those fights. It was still messy.
Yeah.
This time,
literally the
they come
difference
out
is
on top of it.
Sarah didn't kill both the players that were rotating late with the spike.
Yes.
It's that kill right there Glowstick gets. That is the main difference.
Tough timing there at the end for Dodo as well. Just pulling out the knife the second the player swings are in heaven. We'll have the blades this round. Fight into B main. You see Sarah on a deep line, ready to Sova ult off her teammate's contact.
That'll be the dart first, and then if the full commit, then the ult. I mean, it's a little... It's got to be strange for SwimTrack to find ideas to step forward into space without, you know, truly forcing utility. Like, even just having the KO in the place of the Reyna gives you more reliable flashes, gives you the dart, but it will be that ultimate now, wreaking havoc down in mid, exposing Arya for these 2 other Shopify members to capitalize, and Dodo maybe getting a little over-eager, dashing above tiles as that shock dart just punches out Glowstick caught in the drone. SwimTrack or rather Shopify are taking some plays out of the SwimTrack playbook. They're the ones getting active now on the defense, trying to run down the attacking side.
Trapped on literally 1 HP. Alone in this forward position. I don't think they're going to read into this flank from Shopify. Both players coming all the way through main.
Yeah, especially the double up here. Would require absolute perfection from Corrupt, and good God, they've got it! Out in an instant, snuffed out. That was perfection.
Tell me how the hell Corrupt gets those kills.
I'll tell you, because 2 instant headshots. No time to react.
I barely understand. That was instantaneous from Corrupt. The Destas bigging them up at the beginning of the day have been having such a great playoff stage so far. And I think that was such a must-win for SwimTrack as well. They lose this round, their money's reset. It's Shopify running away with this half. Instead, flips right back the other way.
You're out with the dart.
There.
And by the way, Shopify down onto just pistols now. Shopify put a lot of resources into mid. I feel like their side holds have sometimes suffered for it. SwimTrack have been able to get a lot of forward control. Nothing really changing in a round like this, although Shopify realized no one's actually hung out in mid. So now they've rotated 4 players onto the proper side of the map, Mimi.
In a good position here. Lydia in that close corner will be contacted. Util ready to follow.
Yeah, no one quite has the swing to Trey, but there's Alexis for 2. It was slightly delayed, but it was eventually there. Alexis stepping up to the challenge. Still, these shock darts are going to be absolutely devastating. Dodo hiding away back in hell. With a good shot out from her, somehow these Sheriffs have shown up to play, and Shopify respond back with a Thrifty in their own.
Hey, the GCD goes both ways. You lose a Thrifty round just to those Sheriffs. You win one back for Shopify. But I don't think it was just like really good mech they won that round. It was great reactions. Recognizing that it was a lighter play in mid, having those quick rotations to set up the right stack on A. And swinging with some really good util to get those kills.
Not breaking Swim's econ just yet. So Ari is down onto the Deeg. Pub with an operator. You can see the wealth disparity between our 2 duelist players on Swim Track. You know exactly where the priorities are for this team.
It's clear. Much slower one here. They look to work back towards mid. And this time, Shopify playing more to bunker on these sites, giving up that space a little more with just the alarm bot and a deep jump peek from Alexis.
I have the spike.
Still not a lot of control in mains, but the B main turret hasn't been broken yet. Swimtrack heard that one, but we're waiting to break it, I suppose. This puts a little bit more pressure on B. You can see it draws out the drone in mid, which did not see Arya down underneath it. Shopify, I think, mid is open and are anticipating this B pop. So Alexis is already over here.
Yeah, it's a good read again. 2 rounds in a row for Shopify to be in the right place. A null command as well is big to shut these key ults down.
But a lot of util can get thrown out before the null command comes online. The first cycle is just giving me the nade in the choke point. That's some extra stall. And Dodonut is kind of the critical player here. Can she stay alive for a kill? Can she stay alive on site? With the nanos on site too. Swimchuck are totally stuck in. They had to teleport into the site. Trying to make some kind of headway here as Sherrod gets dropped on stairs. Now Arya works in. Dodo's still alive, trying to stay up for a moment, but it's not going to happen. Player's paranoid, but she's getting pinched from every single angle. And the operator too covers the lane approach. Lydia going for a little bit of scouting and is shut out instantly. I thought Shopify had all the stall they needed, but
yeah,
those players in spawn just got melted.
It really looked like they had that round in the bag. But I want to give credit to Corrupt. I think that the first big kill of that round comes from them. As the Omen is TPing in, they're getting swung from CT. Corrupt shuts that kill down, and then that opens them up to get these successful trades into the site. They're also just very patient to not actually like rush that hit backside and instead be ready to brawl towards the CT flood players.
I'm really surprised. I'm curious what happened to Alexis, because she didn't actually use the null command. Like, I don't know if she got like caught on a spam shot or what, but that's uncharacteristic. That late into a round. That's kind of the checkmate ability. Already on to the next, though, with the forward line held by Dodo. So the sole resources for Shopify. 2 Guardians in this.
Shopify with just a couple trap plays to try and get a pick. Either this Guardian at main, which it's already shoved away by the drone. So what I'd say if she wasn't confident enough to stay. It's another shock dart to finally get her out of that position.
Yeah, and they even put down the Vise wall as well. It's just baited out one more time by Dodonut to keep the threat up on that side. That's going to bring Swimtrek into the trap idea on Tree. Sarah's going to have to be crispy with the shots here. Paranoia waiting. Flash ready. Now they know Sarah is going for this one. And Lydia, I don't even know if she ripped the Paranoia. Swimtrack just waltzed straight on in there. The trap amounted to nothing. Shopify just got surprised, I think, that Swimtrack were walking in there, and they just continue to get surprised all around the map.
One enemy remaining.
Even this flank feels a little bit desperate. The shots aren't connecting. Shopify have watched this lead off of the pistol and the bonus round wins slip further and further away. This will certainly be the finishing touches tying up this map. And it will be. 4 now, apiece between these two squads.
I'm really curious to see what went wrong with that setup. Because it looked like it was so perfectly set up, but you saw the first player in the corner gets caught off, and then Sarah kind of sidesteps back into that smoke and gets caught with her head blinded, but her leg's still showing, ends up dying there.
What that felt like to me from working with teams, was because that flash came out, Sarah might have called to fall away, and as a result, Lydia is confused, oh, do I give up do I not use the paranoia? Do we just get out of here? Do we use it? That seemed like one of those things where just something is communicated, but both players aren't really on the same page.
Not on the same page yet, which is so rare to see with Shopify. Normally they are on point with that, but here, suffice it to say, looking a little shaken. Tech pause. Wahoo. Getting cold. So we slow things down 4-4.
Yeah, it's weird, because I know the desk was talking about a little bit how it felt a little uncharacteristic in that last map with some disjointed play between Shopify, but I do feel like maybe not even necessarily disjointed play, but some decision making errors or micro errors with Alexis's null command not coming in the previous round and that little 1-2 punch not coming online. It's a little bit odd to see from these players wearing the Shopify jersey.
Yeah, they're always excellent in those moments, but today it's been different. Makes you wonder as well with how the team has changed, obviously, not having Mel in this tournament. I think you'd normally look to her to be the force to bring the team back into it, to call for that stuff and kind of reset. She's been with them since the beginning, since it was just her and Lexi winning the first one of these tournaments ever. And now having to navigate that, with Alexis temporarily stepping up to the IGLing with a sub player coming in. With all these changes, but still with the expectation of being the team that has won every single GC.
Every single one they played, and they have just about taken, apart from that singular EG blemish when they were wearing the V1 jerseys. But you think back to the sort of the Lexi Mel duo that have been going all throughout Game Changers. That started back with that Cloud9 White team with Bob in the mix. And for Bob, who left the team after that inaugural year, after falling just short of the championship, Bob has yet to win a Game Changers title. And now just needs one more map to claim victory against one of her former teammates, against the spiritual successor to that Cloud9 team.
And it's also for Bob this kind of full circle where she's met the Shopify core when playing in Challengers. She's beaten them there. But actually doing it here in GC, doing it with this project, this free agent team, that would be something different entirely.
Yeah, title matches are completely different. The best of 5 has a different element to it as well. That's where you saw some of the grit, I think, of Shopify in yesterday's series, where they almost let it slip away, but locked in the latter half of map 5 to come back and their ticket to today. That's where you see Dodonut stepping forward and eliminating Bob on the other side to open up this round.
It's been the slow place toward mid for SwimTrek. Pretty much the entirety of this half. The op, a great answer from Dodo. She sticks around. Maybe a world for another shot here. Daria just waits on the other side.
You don't need a trap play if Dodo can just hit these shots here. And Shopify still have control of A main. I think this has been something that's been lacking for the team, is the forward control in mains. They've been playing so passive all day long today. I think really giving a lot of space over. Before, they'd been playing the double Senti comp on this map, which I think it makes a ton of sense to play that way. But now, they need a little bit of activity. And that's what Sarah's looking for. Player holding her right on the other side of the smoke, though. A death sentence to step on forward. That's where the responsibility is going to come to Noya, holding it down on this site as her teammates fall behind her. As the teleport comes in from Lydia to reposition on this side of the map, Dodonut will strike into the back of Sherrod. And we're down to 10 seconds now. It's on to these anchors to keep things alive, to keep it afloat. With Dodonut doing great work on the operator, Shopify right back in it.
That round is all about Dodo. And it's not just that she's getting that opening pick, but the pressure on the map that she's creating. She funnels Swim back towards that B site, and Shopify this time have a good setup to hold. They play off each other on these anchors. They lock things down. It took a pause, took a moment. That was more like it for Shopify. This half very much still salvageable.
Shopify going 3 players into A main this time. We've seen the B main aggression from them. First time the op is on this side, and good lord, what? Arya just jumps
just
through
crazy.
the one-way, rips Dodo's head off, and gets out.
I don't know what to say other than that I'm just disgusted by what I've seen. That was the only player without a rifle, by the way.
And now Bob with the operator jumping up onto the high line. The leer from Arya to set up for a couple of nice shots. And Sherrod stabs those players in the back. What did I just witness?
I don't know, but it was gross.
That's a save call if ever I did see one.
Yeah, most certainly is. Shopify will back away. I mean, you get such a good round. Dodo's hitting with the op. Your team play looks excellent on B. And then they hit back like that.
Insane. We were wondering what the value of Arena could be on attack. Well, there's 3 players in A main. She lands 1 shot to get the kill, and then can dismiss on out of there. No issues whatsoever.
There it is, the reign of value that we've been waiting for.
That's my pitch for the Reign of Value. Just hit all your shots.
Just jump through smokes and hit every shot. It'll work, I promise.
Seems to be the winning way. And, well, good news for SwimTrack because they hold on to Hunter's Fury. Just one away from that Steel Garden as well. The best ults they've got.
So Shopify now, looking at their side, they won't have that operator anymore, but still blades for Dodo. Earlier in this half, they went for a couple aggressive plays. Doing a little more passive scenes. I wouldn't hate to see Dodo get active with the knives in this round. You see 2 players set up around her in A main. What's this?
Time Dodo. Creeping up, playing the close angle. See if Dodo actually wants that 1v1. I might have a moment of pause, you know, second guess myself before taking that fight again. For the filth that was just unleashed. But I'm not one to be dismayed. No dash even ready, but I mean, does she just sit here? Take the forward information, allow Alexis to start shifting back B? That seems to be the idea.
It's a really good position. SwimTrack are still not making too much of a move. You see they're suspicious. Someone could be forward on A, but they don't commit the resources to re-clear. Instead, they walk back up. Look to find their ground elsewhere.
Yeah, even you have the turret that's guarding mid right now. Shopify don't have any control there, but it will guard the cross from on top of Switch where it's perched. And Dodo not moving in now is just about the best time you could possibly catch. That's Sherrod. Out of the mix now. No more smokes left for SwimTrack. That's going to make hitting the side almost impossible. You can't actually block off the angles from spawn, which is exactly where Alexis strikes you from. Oh, 20 seconds left. This could just easily be a save call to come in. Bob still has the operator. Still testing the angle. Not nearly enough time to actually play this one out. She'll drop down the paint shells and try to live to fight another day.
Despite the unorthodox comp with the double duelists, you normally look at one of these kind of ranked comps and you think they're going to just go aggressive every round. But really, the tools are much better fitted to playing a little bit slower, to looking for picks.
Round before the switch.
So I'm liking these looks where Shopify is trying to push their advantage on the weak side early. They're going for the A main play. The round that they won in round 9 as well was Dodo swinging mid with the op. I think those kind of rounds have been the key to getting them into this half, keeping things competitive here.
That forward source of information always going to be a major benefit to you. But I think SwimTrack are responding to Shopify seizing some space and saying, actually, what if we just did do the run at you, go B idea? Not really second guessing anything. And they do have the right ults to rip it.
Yeah, but so does Shopify to play retake here.
Yeah, Hunter's Fury, that's big! Oh man, the response. Sarah is going to fall, but Glowstick takes out their teammate too. Too many lasers to deal with. Mission impossible for Arya. So it's just an even trade.
I think tanked like every shot
of
their teammates Hunter's Fury there.
Might have been some nanos on the ground, too. I'm not so sure. All things considered, though, this wall's still up. Shopify in a weird position to retake. 4 players through market, none through spawn. Not something you see every day, especially because they have that lockdown available. They had to move up to switch if they really wanted to use it. I don't even know if they're going to have the time to rip it. They do decide to go for it. And now Glowstick drops a port away from Sherrod. Sherrod is back on spawn as these players desperately try to escape, and Alexis tears them apart. Sherrod, the last hope to try and keep things even at the half. But now Timmy on duty will reveal exactly where they are. That retake was perfection. Alexis keeps it controlled to maintain the lead at the half.
I'm surprised they actually get away with winning that retake despite having the right ult to get the job done. I think it may have been a bit of a mistake there for Sherrod to go for that TP so early all the way back towards spawn. You can time Killjoy ults by staying in the circle, ulting away, and canceling back in. And I think either just fighting up with their team or doing something like that could have ended up better. Either way, if you look at it from Shopify's perspective, that's what they needed. That was a bit of a shaky half, but they come out the better of it, and they've got a comp that is tried, is true, is solid on the attack side of this map. But it's tough to know what to expect, especially with how much more dangerous that Reyna is, pushing into extremities on defense. How tough it is to actually deal with Arya when they're playing aggressive.
Yeah, similar to last game, SwimTrek just have very versatile fighting tools. You can capitalize off your own utility. That is the strength. But this time, on those long angles, a little bit harder to make use of that. Sarah will claim first blood. Now the refight A main. 2 players move past, and Alexis is going to say, nope, 2 players on that side. We are definitely heading over to the B.
There's still thorns in a wall here. There's only 1 player on site. Corrupt looking for a timing, caught by Sarah. And now it's tough for Glowstick.
Yeah, Sarah was caught in that exact reverse position in the first half. Was punished for it. This time she posts on the line. No issues whatsoever, although an overheal could be problems. Ari was taken low enough. That's not in effect. 96 HP to play with. And this forward hold just to sort of swing off one another. Broken momentarily by the dark cover. Gives a pathway for Sherrod to move in, but it's not clear enough. Alexis will take yet another pistol round for her squad.
Good job to them. Bob was just going for kind of a crazy swing early and mid there and gets shut down. I think that you're going to have to see a little bit more tact with how SwimTrek want to approach their fights in the mid-round. I think that they're going to do a lot better, since they're not playing the Jet, at fighting for extremities instead. That's where off-angle Reyna, where Raze Nade refights, all of that is going to look a lot better to me compared to just trying to straight up take these kind of longer range brawls.
Just a sole sheriff for Sherrod this time. It's interesting because SwimTrek have actually been a team, they've been buying a lot of pistols on their second rounds, which I think has left them vulnerable, like the bonus round they lost earlier. When they just only have light armor or have less utility for that round 3 as a result. Right now, an interesting position for Lydia. I can't remember the last time I saw an Omen player actually hanging out here. Not something you see every day. Also,
yeah, look at Noya.
Noya working all the way through. There's been so many gaps, I think, on the map that both teams have been able to find pretty consistently, especially on these anti-ecos. Just contact ideas. Both teams keep it so quiet on their attack sides. And hello.
Fight Sarah. Okay. She got the job done.
Yeah, you know, it's a close-range guardian. It can be messy sometimes.
Yeah. Watch that one in. Now a good post-spawn position here for Shopify on their anti-eco.
Right here.
These are kind of the more normal pieces in the SwimTrek comp, minus the Rays. So I was wondering if we would see any interesting ideas. That defense side smoke certainly is one. Stick hits a nice shot. Still the triple hold here. The firing squad primed and ready. Make quick work of SwimTrek as they actually commit there into the site.
Shopify up 9-5. Awfully closing that one out. But the bonus round here, it's not going to have insane weaponry. for the side of Shopify. So I really want to see if there is any sauce to this comp on defense. Because obviously, you're kind of a pug mix team. You pick up some characters you're comfortable on. You brawl it out. You're willing to change your comp last minute. I want to see how much more they got off of that. Bob is postured in mid again. Rain alongside, but Shopify might just keep things simple. Entire squad here in A main.
Dodonut has a Vandal. This could do some damage here, especially with this light hold on this side. Just a singular thorn kind of on the wrong side as well to stop players from getting out into the site. Dodo already very quickly in here, and that shot from her too is crisp. She's jumping up into heaven. She might want a little bit of extra space, and the dart not quite capitalized off of by Arya. Keep your eyes on Dodo up through heaven. Bob, I don't even know how she's down on 20 HP, but definitely in some amount of trouble here.
4v5 on the, or 4v4 on this retake.
Yeah, Noya dropped
as
in
up
mid.
in heaven here.
Oh, that paint shell is
a
brutal.
good position for the spam and the paint shells.
It's getting a little bit messy now, but Swimstrack still don't have a clear way back into the site. It's only a single satchel for Bob, and on 20 HP, gonna do much of a job at actually disrupting crosshairs, at pulling the attention over in her way. Especially when Alexis is shooting like that, especially with Dodonut on the high angle. She's got the high ground, and Swimtrack have been bested yet again on an SRG bonus.
Man, this comp just ends up with no util late round. Once they use those Lears, they had absolutely nothing to make it happen in that 4-on-4 retake. Just had to sit, wait for the smokes to drop, and pray they could get a fight.
Yeah,
instead,
it's
Shopify,
like,
they just play it. They just play the percentage. They play it proper. Dodo's holding it down, and they clean it up so easily.
especially because Sherrod is the first one to fall. As soon as you lose the I think Paranoia is like, Paranoia and Recon Dart are like your two biggest tools. If you don't have those for the retake, good luck.
But the issue with this comp too is kind of everything except Paranoia needs a combo. Rainaleer is always getting broken on its own. Dart's always getting broken on its own. Same with Vi's Flash. Like, you need to have two pieces at once to, like, actually make them effective in most scenarios. And unfortunately, well, once you're out, you're kind of out of options there. So timeout for Swimtrek. This is already looking grim. A Shopify up 10-5 with the momentum under their heels. And you reset onto an eco here. I mean, I guess you could force into this round, but it would be rough. I don't think you risk it.
Yeah, I just want to take a moment to appreciate the KDs of Dodo and Sarah. Two players in a map that have over 2.0 KD. That's nutty.
They're having a nice one. I'm really happy to see Dodo coming online. I was a little worried after some of this stuff a little earlier in the series, I think especially back on Fracture for me. But this is the Dodo that kind of backpacked her team into that 5-map win yesterday.
Oh, well, Arya just hit that shot. They had a Sheriff and a Marshall get the 1-2 combo. So down the player already. Dodo Nut just in the middle of sight by herself, waiting for the Vi's wall to drop. Now Shopify can move into the site, set up in the post plant. Still with numbers, it's no easy task. Comp with the weapons at their disposal. And Dodo's been so forward in these post plants, but the flash timing catches her. She stepped into Alexis's blind there. Has to fall on down. This is where the pressure could be a little bit more punishing. The weapons, though, Sarah does well to just hold the line. Full house between her and Alexis.
Yeah, they have guns. I think there's something to talk about in that round. But just the Sheriffs, even with that early advantage found off the pick in mid. The post ones have just looked too good. I think Shopify have been very thorough in the way that they're setting up in these. Even if it did catch onto a team flash there, I've loved the way that Alexis is holding on to a lot of her utility into these post plants, using the flashes for Dodo to refight, having that molly in some rounds to kind of sell even more time up towards heaven. 4-0 attack side so far. Another fight for A main here, this time. He's matching it.
Yeah, going for quick dive. Dodo Nut already into it. Spotted Bob with that flash halo. And the nade should flush Bob away. 2 easy kills to open the round. And this is the buy round for Swimtrek. Their chances just being completely dashed of a 3-0 here. Need some major heroics, but now as the Hunter's Fury gets called in line, just to make this completely impossible, completely unwinnable. Shopify Rebellion have bounced back in a major way on this third map. I mean, both pistol rounds, both bonus rounds going their way. It has been classy from Shopify.
It really has. Super clean work in this second half from them. I mean, they're just hitting A over and over again at this point, and it's working. It turns out that the kind of last-minute pivot in the composition here for Swim Trek, cracks are showing this time in terms of how well rehearsed it is. I think you're seeing some of the value they're losing by not having something like the KO in the mix, and also just that, fortunately, you pick the Reyna, the character that really only gets value if you're snowballing kills, and Arya hasn't managed to get that impact in the game so far.
Blinding.
So Corrupt saving one gun, and players pass them by.
Match point.
It's basically all they have left as we go
Dedication.
into map point for Shopify.
That's all we need.
This is going to be an inflection point in the series, because I think, on the one hand, Swim Trek can just kind of like write it off as, you know, maybe this got outmatched, maybe the comp is just that's a bummer. This is pretty similar to what Swim Trek had been playing, though. Like, they were just playing the Jet and the Reyna, you know, but there is not a huge difference from that, I don't think, but certainly been punished. By the way, we're in A main, just in case anyone was wondering. Same as the last round, so you can anticipate that it looks the same. We're giving you the scenics, and it looks very much the same. Bob dead over in Wine. This time, one extra player of Swim Trek survives the onslaught, but see how long that lasts as now Dodo Nut is completely unleashed into the site. I mean, good luck, go next. We're heading to Breeze here. Shopify Rebellion completely shutting out Swim Trek with their backs against the wall here. Down 0-2, and it wasn't even looking that close. And it's still not looking close. A 13-5 victory for Swim Trek. Start bringing this series back.
Yeah, just a complete 180 from Shopify there. They got kind of wrecked in these first couple maps, but here, they looked themselves. I mean, they were literally just scrimming A hits in that second half and never ran into resistance.
Yep.
The post plants looked on point. Dodo, her hitting is such a big thing for me to look at heading into Breeze as well. I think you need her to be ready looking at that map. She absolutely is. This is a Shopify that's going to be tough to shut down now.
Well, Shopify, they did it last series with their backs against the wall. This time need 2 more maps to do it. We'll see if that comes to fruition after this.